Unbelievable.
There doesn't need to be a process for you to pull out a hardcore pornography book. I would like to see it in a dumpster fire. I'm going to read to you several different passages from a book titled Him by Serena Bowen that the district made available for students to check out in room Hines 104, an English classroom. I want to know how and why this book was ever allowed in our school, more specifically, that process that was just discussed and how books are approved. I sucked him deeper into my mouth, almost to the base, and just when he moaned, I released him, gliding my tongue along the long, hard length of him until his dick was glistening. I lapped at the moisture leaking out of his tip, and the taste of him infused my tongue. I quickened the pace, squeezing his shaft on every upstroke, tighter than I thought he'd like, but he kept muttering, harder, faster. He went still, thrust deep, and came inside my mouth while I swallowed up every last drop. I'm selfish, but I don't want him to come until I'm buried deep inside him. So I don't take him in my mouth or jerk him as hard as I know he wants. Slow, feather-like strokes is all he gets as I work my finger into his tight hole. When a second finger joins the party, his brows draw together. Beads of sweat break out on his forehead. Mine too. Loosening him up is one of the hottest things I've ever done.
People are kind of pissed off.
Yeah.
And this kind of stuff does not belong in a school. Okay, we have Wi-Fi on our computers that hamper kids from getting on bad porn sites and all that. The fact that we have this book in our school where they can check it out right now. Okay, what's the difference here?
From what I understand, that book, we have one of them in the collection. It has never been checked out and is currently not in circulation.
Whether the book is in circulation or not.
Yeah.
Is irrelevant. It's the fact that it was even in our district.
We'll add that to our discussion of potential agenda items at the work session.
No, but potential, no. Like, it's not potential, like it's either going to be talked about or we need to have a different meeting.
If we discuss what potentially adding it to February 27th agenda, it's January 23rd. We've got essentially a pornographic item in the school district. So we're going to wait over 30 days to have this on the agenda of the meeting on the 27th. I'm just saying that our discussion, is it going to be to put it on the agenda or is it going to be around what is happening? That can't be a book for learning and teaching in our school. That's not.
And
We don't want to
there's
be.
a process for it that may get
Okay,
resolved before.
I have a question. If we have a pipe that bursts in our cafeteria, is there a process that we have to follow or are you going to turn that water off on your own?
I mean, what was read was disgusting. I have never felt so uncomfortable in my entire life. Never again do I ever want to hear any of that as an adult. That it should be as simple as go get the book.
And we
The
do
book
have an
needs to be
internet policy. I mean, maybe we should just open the internet for a free for all. I mean, we have the how-to step by step. Why not have the video to go along with it?
If we're going to use that process, we are saying as a school district that this is material that was okayed and approved for learning and teaching in the school district. We cannot, I am not comfortable ever having that be something that is publicly said about the school district, that we okayed that. No, absolutely not. We didn't, and it should not be there.
Is there a fix that we can agree on? I don't know about the policies, but if this is in our system, until we can get to the bottom of this and figure out how it got there, you know, where did this not
Which is all stuff we could
get
discuss at
vetted
this
properly
session.
according to the procedure part of this, and it all falls under 606 policy. As the superintendent, don't you have the power to go and pull that off the shelf until we can figure this out and come up with time to discuss this?
And that may vary with.
Because this is a pornographic book that does not need here.
Like, can we just pull it? I like, what? You get to pull it. You get to pull it. Well,
Unbelievable.
there doesn't need to be a process for you to pull out a hardcore pornography book. Just pull the book and then we can discuss it. And if we all agree that it needs to be in the district, then we let it be in the district. I will not be voting for that book to be in this district. But I'm only one.
It's embarrassing. It is
It's currently not in circulation.
Does that mean it's in your office?
It's not in my office.
I would like to know where the book is then. I would like to see it in a dumpster fire, but
I understand that, Jen.
I just,
We need to move on from
And
this.
you're
That's
talking about
available on the
burning books here,
website.
that's not what
I-
we're having this
okay.
conversation.
Is the
You're
porn
talking
doctor
around,
right
but-
over?
I mean, you say it's not in circulation, which means it's probably still sitting on a shelf somewhere because kids haven't discovered that it's there and aren't talking about it and checking it. Can we pull it?
What's happened, what's happened, it's not on the shelf, and what's happened now is kids want to read it. And so they're asking about it now, and that's what's happening right now.
Well, so which is why we need to discuss how it got here. So let's just
take it
agree
away.
to, yeah, that discussion needs to not be about putting something on the agenda. It needs to be about what is being done about this. How is it being handled long before February 22nd? Can we all agree on that?
And it will not be in circulation until after we go.
Absolutely. Can't be. Not correct.
Like,
I will work on that.
Thank you.
Mhm.